and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this dream penthouse. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So this home is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, and it's built on a 40 by 30 penthouse lot in Sumi. Now the penthouse lot, it actually just classes as a residential lot, so it's not like an apartment or anything. It is just like a regular lot, and it's placed in Sumi. I think it's in the fashion district, like I said, on the 40 by 30, but there is only that penthouse. There is another one in the arts quarter, I believe, but that is a different size lot, so this is really the only place you can put this, unless you want to place it like, you know, on an actual, you know, normal 40 by 30 lot, but it may look a little bit out of place. Anyway, so this came in at 272,748 simoleons, which I know is a little bit pricey, but this is a very luxurious and modern build, which I'll get into a little bit later, so that's why it is very expensive. And in terms of what packs I use today, I use Iron Living, Get Famous, Seasoned Cats and Dogs, City Living and Get Together, and then for the game packs I used Dine Out and Spa Day, and for the stuff packs I used Perfect Patio stuff. So there's a lot of expansions, but there isn't a lot of game packs and stuff packs to kind of make up for it. Now I didn't really want to restrict myself too much today because this is a modern theme, and sometimes when I do a theme that isn't like, you know, what I kind of is, I don't really know how to describe it really, just not something that I'm like that used to, I find it hard to restrict myself on packs, so that's why there is a few more packs used today than normal, as if it was like a normal suburban home or something that I do a lot, which I have a lot of practice with. I know how to reduce packs in there, I know about, you know, where I can find good items to use for those type of homes and stuff. So anyway, this home, I really love how it turned out. I did have a bit of trouble with it to begin with because I don't do a lot of modern builds to begin with. I always find the modern theme that a little bit difficult sometimes, especially when it comes to doing this type of roofing where it's like half wall roofing. I've mentioned this a lot when it comes to doing, you know, builds like this which use that type of roofing, but I always find it difficult for some reason. I don't know why, but I just found it a little bit difficult, but I did manage to get it done in the end, and it didn't actually end up taking me too long really. I think it only took me about like an hour and 10 or an hour and 20 minutes, so that's not too bad for something that I'm not too familiar with. And I made this home quite big to begin with, and for some reason the pool, I couldn't place it any further back, like closest to the fence, than it is now. So as you can see, it is pretty close to the home, and there is a lot more space like behind the pool anyway, if you can see what I mean, towards like that kind of back of the lot, I guess. So it's actually the side of the lot, in terms of how you upload to the gallery. Anyway, my point is that I did end up making it really big, so I did have to adjust it a little bit off screen, so, you know, things like that I did cut out, which kind of bump up the time a little bit, but I didn't record that, so that's why I don't really know the full exact time. And I don't build penthouses that often. I just wanted to do something for a little bit of a change, to be honest. You know, penthouses, and they aren't, you know, anything too special, they're just something a little bit different for me, so that's why I decided to do it. And you can also see here, I did actually put these kind of L-shaped stairs in, and I actually did it by accident, to be honest. So when we got the update for that, I didn't really use it too much, you know, the new configurable stairs. I just kind of just kept them how they normally were. I didn't really change them up that much, and then I accidentally did it there, and I was like, oh, actually, that kind of reminds me on that I don't change these stairs up too much. So I thought, you know what, for a bit of interest today, and to switch things up, I will just go ahead and leave them how I did them. So it kind of is a little bit unnecessary, and it kind of cuts into the space a little bit, but you know what, it's fine. I think it looks a little bit different for a change. And the house today isn't like a mansion or anything. I know it's very expensive, but it only has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. You could definitely make more bedrooms if you wanted to. There is a lot of balcony space on the top floor, so you could easily, you know, like change that into more rooms if you want to, which would cut into the balcony space a bit, but you know, if you need more bedroom space, then that's fine. And another thing as well, there is a bedroom downstairs which is absolutely huge. It has like its own little TV area and everything. It's massive, so that could be probably split up into 2 bedrooms as well if you wanted to. So if you do need more space, then it is doable. I just did 3 bedrooms today. And I did also play test this as well. I don't always mention this, but if you look on the gallery, I didn't do this in the past, but now what I do is, like with the hashtags in the description, I will put hashtag playtested in it as well, just to let you know. I don't always fully playtest the build, like, you know, playtest every like single seat and everything, but I will, if I have like doubts about something, or if something looks kind of crammed in a way, like if there's too much stuff going on, I will just kind of make sure the sim can, like, you know, get up the stairs or get to both sides of the bed, that sort of thing. Access the oven, you know, just random things like that. Just make sure everything's, you know, working. So now we're just working a little bit more on the exterior. I try not to jump around as much these days in my builds, because I know I had a tendency to do that a lot, where I kind of, you know, start working a little bit on the landscape, and then all of a sudden I'm working on the kitchen, and then, you know, I'm back outside doing a bit more outdoor furniture and stuff. So I do try to keep things a little bit more ordered in my speed builds, just to make it a little bit less dizzy. So that's what I try to do today. And with the extra space, you know, with the well, the kind of glitch I had with the pool, it kind of makes sense though, because it's where like the apartment below, because if I had the pool any more forward, it would like be into the balcony area of the apartment below. So it was a problem to begin with, but actually it worked out well, because it meant with that extra space I could do some sun loungers and stuff. So I did that there. And yeah, so another thing that happened this week, as you probably know, and if you don't know, then where have you been? But Discovery University was finally announced, so that's really exciting, because as you know, there has been a lot of leaks recently. So it's nice to have it finally announced by EA, and I'm really excited for it. It's coming out on the 15th of November. I have been confirmed that we'll be receiving early access for the pack, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I can't, you know, just yet say the date I can start sharing my videos, but you know, you will be expecting some content, and I don't know what I'm going to record yet, because you know, we're still learning about the pack. Once I kind of know most things about the pack, then I can, you know, really start developing my build ideas and stuff, because at the minute, when you don't know a lot about the pack, it's kind of hard to think of like what you want to do, because you can't really imagine like where the lots are, and sort of all the items you have and everything. So you know, it is a little bit hard like that, but I think once we get some, you know, more information about the pack, it will help with that. But if you do have any ideas for any builds or anything that you want to see with the pack, then let me know, as that'd be really helpful to hear. I have had a few people suggest some things already, so if you do have anything like that, I do just add it to a list. I don't guarantee that I can come around to that idea though. It's just, you know, because in the moment when I come to do a build, I need to be actually wanting to do it myself, but I do always add every single idea I get to a list, and then if I need an idea to do, I look through it and see if there's anything that kind of takes my fancy in a way. And also as well, you may have seen I did do a trailer reaction for the trailer, and I wasn't actually going to do it at first, and looking back at it, and was nearly going to delete it actually, because I just ended up not really being too happy with that video, to be honest. And I think I don't really know why really, and I don't do trailer reactions that often, or facecam, so those two factors played a lot into that, because I just wasn't really that experienced with that sort of thing. And the other thing as well is that everybody was home whilst I was doing that, so I had my headphones in and everything, and as you know, I don't like recording when people are home. I feel like they're listening in and everything, and it just puts me off slightly. So like now, as I'm doing this voiceover, everybody's out and I feel more relaxed and everything. But when I did that video, it was even more pressure, because I was doing face cam and I had my headphones in, so I couldn't hear if anybody was like, you know, coming up the stairs and listening or anything. So all those kind of things played into it, and I don't know, just kind of didn't really work out that well. But I, you know, posted the video anyway. Everybody seemed to like it, and I hope you all did. We're just saying that. Anyway, so I think, you know, that was just a little bit of a learning curve for me in a way, of how to sort of set up facecam and with multiple things, because the only time I've done facecam really was with like a speed build like this, and it isn't as complex a setup as what I did with the trailer reaction at the same time. And I know a lot of people who are watching this probably would think that's not a complex thing to do, but me not being that tech savvy when it comes to that sort of thing, it was a little bit difficult to do. But you know, now I know how to do it. I think it might be a little bit better for the future, and hopefully, you know, when we get another trailer, I'll try and plan it out better to see what time people are coming home and stuff, so I can actually be a little bit more relaxed. Because there were so many things that I missed, like as I was watching it, like the bathroom stalls or cubicles. I say cubicles, but I've realised that so many people say stalls that I'm starting to say stalls now. Anyway, so things like that, like really exciting things that just didn't register in my brain until after, when I was looking back through it. So you know, hopefully next time everything will be a bit better. Anyway, so we're just working on this room here, which is the, I guess it would be the master room. Again, there isn't really any specific rooms today, or kids rooms. The last couple of builds have been, you know, with kids rooms in it, so I just tried to switch things up here and there. And this particular build today, I really didn't want to do kids rooms for it, because I just didn't think it would fit at all. Of course, if you want to play with this though, and you do have kids in your household, then feel free to add some kids toys in and stuff, because, you know, for gameplay that, you know, of course would be better for you. But for building and the kind of style I was going for and everything, it just felt better not to do that for the very ultra modern luxurious feel, so that's why I didn't do that. I do have another build coming up on Sunday though, a mansion build, which will have kids rooms in it though to make up for it. And yeah, so this room, like I was saying before, how you could make it into 2 rooms, because as you can see it is very big, and it just have a nice big ensuite bathroom as well as a balcony there too. And you can see the doors I used today. Now I did actually have a bit of trouble when it comes to, well, first of all, as you probably know, I've mentioned this a lot, and I think I mentioned it in the trailer analysis as well, but I really don't like medium wall heights and tall wall heights. I just find it really difficult to use in builds, like just to like work with it and stuff. I just find it really difficult, and I also noticed that a lot of the not so much with the exterior, but when it comes to the interior, when you're using medium or tall wall heights, there's not really a lot of interior doors that really work with those wall heights. A lot of them have glass in it and stuff, so as you can see these ones, they do have glass in it, but these were the best ones I could find that had like the most, you know, minimal amount of glass in it. So because you don't really want glass, you know, through your bedroom door and everything, so that's why I tend to go for small wall height doors with medium wall heights, because there isn't really anything that's suitable with the medium ones. So I hope with the new pack we do get some more, you know, nicer medium wall height stuff, but that doesn't have glass in it, because I did notice in the trailer some things like the windows, and I did notice some curtains that look pretty big, so I imagine from that, and I couldn't really see the full item though, so it made it a little bit difficult, but looking from the trailer of that like little snippet, it did make me think of medium wall height. So I'm hoping that, you know, with that we'll get some nice new things. And also as well, archways, I did have a bit of trouble with that, because I had to use the cats and dogs archways, but then there wasn't really any kind of colour swatches that matched, you know, the cats and dogs colours, but there isn't any black in that, so it didn't really work too well with this. So I just ended up having to like open up the doors, and then, sorry, the walls, and then put columns either side to make it look like an open archway sort of thing, so that's what I did there. And also as well, I forgot to mention before when we were talking about university, is to also let me know about what you thought of the trailer. Are you looking forward to the pack or not? I was mentioning in the trailer how it was, you know, how we got like the older university and we've got the modern one, and I really thought that it would mean we'll have a lot of older items, which I saw, you know, in the trailer there's a lot of older style items, but we would also have a lot of modern items as well, to match with the Modern Institute of Foxbury as well. But in the trailer the only really modern stuff I saw was like the IKEA looking things, which I wasn't really thinking of. I was thinking we're going to be more like ultra modern in a way to match with that, so I was a little bit disappointed there, but you know, with the trailer they can't really show everything, so I'm hoping that we'll have some, you know, surprises through the way until the release, with, you know, more things being shown off, which shows a little bit more about the modern side of things, because I really hope there will be more modern things, because I feel like if it will be just more older stuff, then it won't really represent, you know, the more modern side of things well. And also I tend to like, even though I don't do modern builds that much, I do a lot of family homes but that have modern updated interior, so I'd find that I might not use the university pack that much for building if it doesn't have a lot of modern items in it. I don't know, I'll just have to wait and see. It is kind of early days though, so I'm not going to, you know, rule anything out yet. We'll just have to wait and see how everything goes. And yeah, so on the screenshots now, I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!